Hi, my name is Tyler Anderson. Today's date is August 11th, 2025, and today we're going to be filming a video source inspection for Sitek Process Solutions. Because our videos are uploaded to the web and we want to keep our customers' privacy, we're going to use a PO number to identify this tool. The PO number for this tool was 1243145, and our customer is located in the United States. Today we're going to be reviewing a fully refurbished 870S. I'm going to get the tool started and then we can describe our refurbishment process in detail. To begin, we're going to open each door, make sure the correct cassette is in there, loaded with substrates, and then we'll go ahead and press the start button on here. Going to follow that same process with the bottom unit. We have substrates loaded in, the correct cassette, and we're going to get that started as well. We're going to be running a typical spin, rinse, dryer process. It's going to be a rinse cycle, followed by a quick purge cycle to make sure there's no excess water in the DI lines. We'll then be going into dry one, where we're going to spin at a much higher RPM for a shorter amount of time using centrifugal force to really pull that water off of the substrates and cassette. And then we'll move into a dry two, where we're going to slow the RPMs down, let the heaters do the rest of the work to get any remaining water off of there. Every SRD refurbished by Sitek goes through the same extensive refurbishment process. In this case, this was an 870S. It originally came in with kick panels to start and stop the tool. Our customer wanted to get those removed, and we installed our new Sitek slick device. The slick device has a bunch of benefits, including nitrogen savings, individual component actuation, and built-in troubleshooting. If you'd like any more information on that, please visit our other YouTube videos or reach out to any of the sales members here, and we'd be happy to share this information or the brochure with you. So, to begin the refurbishment process, we break down the tool to the component level. There we're going to test each component, making sure that there's full functionality and that everything's working accordingly. We're then going to electro polish and make sure that everything is completely clean. We'll inspect the poly housing for anything that needs to be replaced or repaired, and then we'll begin doing the rest of the refurbishment process. Once all the parts have been tested and are confirmed to be working properly, we're going to move into our dry quality control area, where we build the tool back up and make sure that there's functionality as a whole unit while it's built together. Once we pass the dry quality control, we're going to be moved into our wet quality control area, where we install the facilities, and we're going to run with different varying process recipes, making sure that each component is still actuating as it should be. Lastly, once we do that, we're going to be running 50 different varying process recipes, ensuring that any recipe our customer could potentially want to run is going to go without hiccup or any other bumps that come along. In addition to SRD refurbishments, Sitek also offers 100% parts and service to keep your spin, rinse dryers up and running. This can include, but is not limited to, motors and motor repairs, amps or amp repairs, doors, door seals, windows, tack sensors, rotor stop positioners, solenoid valves, and really any other component that could potentially be replaced on an SRD. We're going to be able to provide you with one. We've recently also redesigned a few of the tools. The Foxborough resistivity part that was discontinued now has a Sitek version resistivity probe that's a direct plug and play to that, so that there's no downtime and no swapping of any parts needed. Another part we've recently remanufactured is going to be the motor controller. So we now have a Sitek motor controller that both can replace the LC4 and the LC5 automotion controller. We also offer full parts and service to keep any box washers, mask cleaners, or wet benches up and running. And in fact, we've actually added a few new products to our catalog that include brand new wet benches for any of your processes that you would want to do, brand new mask cleaners, and brand new box washers as well that come with a touchscreen PLC display that replaces the discontinued Omron displays. If you'd like any more information, again, please just reach out to us and we'd be happy to provide that for you. We have about 240 seconds left of our dry 2, so I'm going to let this run for a second, and I'll be back towards the end to explain and finish off the rest of this process cycle. So it looks like we have about 150 seconds left on each of these chambers right now. So I'd love to take this time to go over the slick device. The slick device, as I mentioned, has a ton of benefits to you and your fab. This includes a nitrogen purge saver, which deactivates any of the wasted N2 left when your tool is sitting in idle between process runs. This can save an upwards of $2,000 per chamber per year. It has individual component actuation, which is for maintenance use and any troubleshooting required on the tool, and a built-in alarm screen that's going to give you built-in troubleshooting steps and where you should start with your troubleshooting right on the actual device itself. You can have up to 5 recipes plus an auto cycle on this, and it's a great way to make sure that your tool is running as it should be. During a process step, you'll be able to see exactly what items and components on the SRD are currently being actuated and how they're functioning in that time. So as we get near the end of our dry cycle here, we're going to see the rotor slowly ramp down. We want to make sure that the rotor has fully uprighted and the RSP, or the rotor stop positioner, has fired, holding that rotor in place before we attempt to open the door. Opening the door prior to that could lead to damage, which of course we want to avoid. These indication lights up here are green right now, letting us know that our process run is going well and that everything is currently running correctly. If there were an issue, you would have a big old alarm on the front of your slick device, and one of these light indicators would turn red. They're also great for letting us know when the process is complete, so that your substrates aren't sitting in there letting N2 run over them for an excessive amount of time. It's a great way just to be able to look into the fab and see if your SRD is currently running, or if it is completely finished, or if there was an alarm that was present. As we can see too, there's no more water left on either of the windows. That's a great indicator that our dry 2 cycle is being performed completely and properly. So as we get near the end on our top one, we have about 5 seconds left on here. We'll notice that the rotor, like I said, is going to slowly ramp down, but we really need to make sure that it is fully uprighted and locked into position before opening the door. And now that it's blue, we can see that it's complete. We're gonna have a full breakdown on the slick device of each step of the recipe and the elapsed time that it had run for. So now that it's complete, we're able to open the door. I can feel the heat coming in still. The cassette and substrates are completely dry and have a little bit of heat, which is a great sign, letting us know that the N2 heater was working properly. We can check the bottom as well, and as you'll notice, when I open the door, the indicator light goes back to the idle light, letting you know the tool's ready to run again. Again, warm to the touch, completely dry. So therefore, we've run a successful process run on this SRD, and it's ready to ship back to our customer. If you have any questions on anything that we've discussed today, please reach us at 916-797-9000, or you can call me directly at 916-975-2215, and I'd be happy to help you out. Thank you, and have a great day.